All right, part 3. If you haven't seen parts 1 and 2, I'll tag them here, but this is the timeline of what happened to Preston Lord and afterwards. And right now, Preston has already been beaten. He's already been taken to the hospital, and we're talking about what the Gilbert goons did after the attack. They left in 4 separate cars, all going to different places. One went to In-N-Out, one went to another house party in Gilbert, and many of them went to a sleepover inside the gated Whitewing community where the FBI executed search warrants on 4 different homes. Taylor Sherman, Jacob Meisner, Talon Vigil, and Dominic Turner returned to the scene of the crime. Dominic Turner thought that he had left his keys at the crime scene. They returned, and Dominic got out of the car and asked officers if he could cross the crime scene tape to go look for his keys. And an officer told him, no, you need to get out of here. Then the 4 of them left, and Dominic found his keys in his backpack. Remember, he'd been knocked out. He'd been on the ground cold for 5 minutes before they could wake him up. Turner got dropped off at his girlfriend's house, and then Sherman, Meisner, and Renner went to In-N-Out. Some of the boys appeared rattled, and in a Snapchat group message, they're talking, and they're saying things like, we're going to In-N-Out. I can't breathe. Preston, Billy, and 3 of his friends went to a park, and then they drove to the Gilbert party. Another car had Owen Hines and 2 of his friends, and they also went to the Gilbert party. Well, the Gilbert party didn't happen. Apparently, the homeowners had gotten word of the trouble in Queen Creek and had shut that down. How parents are hosting parties for teens is just beyond me, but one of Preston, Billy's friends said, are you okay? Is that kid okay? And Preston looked scared and said, I don't know, dude. I was the last person to kick him. Hines was talking to his group of friends about the party. Remember, he wasn't with Renner, but Renner overheard him, and Renner interjected and said, bro, I fucking did that. One of the drivers offered to let the kids come stay over at his house. 9 of them did. That was at the Whitewing house. Now that boy who drove the goons away, who offered to have them stay the night, who participated in the discussion of what they were all going to do, has not been charged and is rumored, with good reason, to have connections to police. That boy's phone had been taken, and there is a email from Queen Creek Police Department to that boy's mom saying, no, your kiddo's not a suspect. It's odd that he hasn't been charged with anything. At that boy's house, one of the kids is caught on camera saying that Preston is going to need a closed casket funeral. Hines kept saying, I only kicked him in the stomach. Talon Vigil was separate from all of those other 3 cars. He was in the 4th car, and he was with his girlfriend. They also went back to the crime scene. Talon Vigil got into his car with his girlfriend, didn't drive away. She said he was stewing. He did a U-turn. He went back up the street where Lord was attacked. He maneuvered through the crowd. He stopped the car, and he got out without an explanation to her. He stood there for a few minutes, then he got back in the car. He didn't mention Lord or any other fight, but the girlfriend said he appeared to be freaking out, looked nervous, and was glancing around. He didn't have any contact with any of the other 7, but he did write on Snapchat later that night, I hit a kid, and this kid hit his head, and then they kicked his head in the ground, and I got word he died, so IDK. Renner spent that evening posting. He did not go to the kid's house for the sleepover in Whitewing, even though he also lives in Whitewing, but he messaged his ex-girlfriend telling her that he got drunk and he got in a fight. I got in a fight. I hit a kid. I accidentally killed a kid. I guess I don't know my own strength. She asked what was going on. He said everyone was fighting. I was just hitting, and now everyone's saying he's dead. She also said Renner told her he kicked some kid. He saw a lot of people crying. He's gone. Renner also confessed to another teen who spoke to police that he had beaten the kid, knocking out his jaw. He told his friend that he got on top of the boy and hammer fist punched him 4 times.